What if I told you that most people go through their entire lives without ever truly burning their stored body fat? Every few hours, they eat another meal, snack, or sugary drink, keeping insulin elevated and preventing their bodies from accessing the energy already stored around their waistline. This is where OMAD, short for one meal a day, becomes so fascinating. Instead of eating throughout the day, OMAD creates a long fasting window that allows your body to switch fuel sources. But what actually happens inside your body during those 23 hours without food? When does fat burning begin? When do ketones appear? And what happens to your hormones, brain, and metabolism along the way? In this video, we'll follow the complete hour-by-hour journey of OMAD, revealing the surprising changes that occur from your last bite of food until your next meal. During the first 4 hours after your meal, your body is focused almost entirely on digestion and nutrient absorption. The carbohydrates you eat are broken down into glucose, which enters your bloodstream and provides immediate energy. In response, your pancreas releases insulin, a powerful hormone that helps move glucose into your cells. At this stage, insulin levels are relatively high, signaling the body that plenty of fuel is available. Any excess glucose that isn't needed right away is stored as glycogen, primarily in the liver and muscles, creating an energy reserve for later use. Because insulin remains elevated, your body has little reason to tap into its fat stores. In fact, fat burning is largely suppressed during this period. Think of it as your body using the fuel that was just delivered rather than opening the storage tank. Although many people assume they are burning fat shortly after eating, the reality is that during these first few hours, your metabolism is still running mainly on the calories from your recent meal while preparing for the fasting stages that come later. Between 4 and 12 hours after your meal, your body begins a noticeable transition. The glucose from your last meal has largely been absorbed, causing blood sugar levels to gradually decline. As insulin levels continue to fall, another hormone starts to rise, ghrelin, often called the hunger hormone. This is the period when many people begin to notice cravings, stomach growling, or the urge to snack. Interestingly, these hunger waves are often temporary and tend to come and go rather than continuously increase. To keep your body supplied with energy, the liver steps in and begins releasing glycogen, a stored form of glucose. Think of glycogen as your body's backup fuel tank. Throughout these hours, the liver carefully breaks down glycogen and releases glucose into the bloodstream, helping maintain stable energy levels and supporting essential functions such as brain activity, muscle movement, and organ function. Although fat burning has not yet become the dominant fuel source, the body is quietly preparing for that shift. This stage serves as a bridge between the fed state and the fasting state. As glycogen stores slowly decline and insulin remains low, the conditions needed for significant fat burning are gradually being put into place. The hunger you feel during this period is not necessarily an emergency. It's often a sign that your body is beginning to adapt to longer periods without food. Around the 1-2 hour mark, your body reaches an important metabolic turning point. By now, the glycogen stored in your liver has been steadily declining as it works to maintain normal blood sugar levels. While these energy reserves are not completely exhausted, they are becoming significantly depleted. At the same time, insulin levels have dropped much lower than they were after your meal. This change is critical because insulin acts like a gatekeeper. When insulin is high, your body prefers to store energy. When insulin falls, the doors to your fat stores begin to open. As glycogen supplies shrink, your body starts looking for an alternative fuel source. That source is body fat. Fat cells begin releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream, allowing your muscles and other tissues to use them for energy. This process marks the early stages of true fat burning. Many people assume they are burning fat throughout the day, but for most individuals who eat frequently, this metabolic shift rarely occurs. At around 12 hours of fasting, the body begins moving away from its dependence on glucose and starts preparing for a greater reliance on stored fat. This transition lays the foundation for the deeper fasting benefits that occur later, including ketone production, improved metabolic flexibility, and more efficient energy use. Between 14 and 16 hours of fasting, your body begins entering one of the most interesting phases of the OMAD journey. As liver glycogen continues to decline, fat burning becomes more active, and the liver starts producing molecules called ketones. These ketones are created from fatty acids released by your fat cells and serve as an alternative fuel source when glucose becomes less available. At first, ketone levels are relatively low, but they begin rising steadily as fasting continues. One of the organs that benefits most from this shift is the brain. Although the brain can run on glucose, it can also use ketones for a significant portion of its energy needs. Many people report feeling more mentally clear, focused, and alert during this stage. Instead of experiencing the energy highs and lows that often accompany frequent eating, energy levels may become more stable. Another surprising change is what happens to hunger. While many expect hunger to intensify throughout a fast, the opposite often occurs. As ketone production increases, and the body becomes more comfortable using stored fat for fuel, hunger signals may begin to fade. This is one reason experienced fasters often say that the hardest part comes earlier in the fast. By the 1-4 to 1-6 hour mark, the body is no longer simply surviving without food, it is adapting, becoming more efficient, and learning to access its own energy reserves. By the time you reach 16 to 18 hours of fasting, another fascinating process may begin to increase: autophagy. The word literally means self-eating, but don't let the name fool you. Autophagy is one of the body's natural maintenance and recycling systems. Instead of harming healthy tissue, it helps cells identify and break down damaged components that are no longer functioning properly. Think of it as a biological cleanup crew working behind the scenes. During this stage, cells may start removing worn-out proteins, dysfunctional cellular structures, and other forms of accumulated waste. These materials are then recycled into building blocks that can be reused by the body. This process is important because damaged proteins and cellular debris can gradually accumulate over time, contributing to aging and reduced cellular efficiency. By clearing away some of this clutter, autophagy helps support healthier cellular function. Scientists have become increasingly interested in autophagy because it appears to play a role in long-term health and healthy aging. While fasting is not a miracle cure, creating periods without constant food intake may encourage the body to spend more time on repair and maintenance rather than continuous digestion. At around 16 to 18 hours, your body is doing much more than simply burning calories. It may be shifting resources towards cellular housekeeping, helping tissues stay healthier, function more efficiently, and potentially support longevity over the long run. As you move into the 2-0 to 2-hour range of an OMAD fast, your body is operating in a very different metabolic environment than it was after your last meal. Insulin remains low, fat burning continues, and one hormone in particular begins attracting attention: human growth hormone, or HGH. Research has shown that fasting can significantly increase HGH levels, which may help the body maintain and repair tissues during periods without food. One of HGH's most important roles is helping protect lean muscle mass. This surprises many people because one of the most common myths about fasting is that the body immediately starts breaking down muscle for energy. In reality, the body is designed to preserve valuable muscle tissue whenever possible. During this stage, it relies primarily on stored fat and ketones for fuel, while hormones, such as HGH, help support muscle maintenance. At the same time, fat cells continue releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream, providing a steady source of energy. This means the body is still drawing from its stored fuel reserves rather than depending entirely on incoming calories. Far from being a state of starvation, this phase demonstrates the body's remarkable ability to adapt. Instead of rapidly losing muscle, a healthy individual following OMAD may spend these hours efficiently burning fat while activating mechanisms that help preserve strength and metabolic function. It's a powerful reminder that the human body evolved to handle periods without food and can switch fuel sources far more effectively than many people realize. As you approach the 2-3 hour mark, your body is preparing for the final stage of the OMAD cycle. After spending nearly a full day without food, insulin levels remain low, and your cells have become more responsive to this important hormone. This improved insulin sensitivity means your body may be better prepared to handle nutrients when your next meal arrives. Instead of constantly dealing with incoming calories, your metabolism has spent hours relying on stored energy, giving it a chance to reset and become more efficient. your digestive system has also enjoyed a prolonged period of rest. Throughout the day, the stomach, intestines, and other digestive organs have been working less than they would during a typical eating schedule. This break allows the body to focus more energy on maintenance and repair rather than continuous digestion. By hour 23, your body is primed and ready to receive nourishment. Nutrients from your upcoming meal can be used to replenish glycogen stores, support muscle recovery, and provide essential vitamins and minerals. The fasting cycle is now coming full circle, demonstrating the body's remarkable ability to alternate between using stored fuel and absorbing new nutrients efficiently. How you break your fast can be just as important as the fast itself. After nearly 23 hours without food, your body is highly responsive to nutrients, making this the perfect opportunity to choose foods that support health rather than undermine your progress. A smart OMAD meal should begin with high-quality protein, such as eggs, fish, poultry, lean meat, or Greek yogurt. Protein provides essential amino acids that help maintain and repair muscle tissue while supporting overall recovery. Next, include healthy fats from foods such as avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, or fatty fish. These fats provide long-lasting energy and help keep blood sugar levels more stable after the meal. Don't forget vegetables, which supply fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support digestion and overall health. Colorful vegetables can also help replenish important nutrients after a long fasting period. What you want to avoid is immediately reaching for highly processed foods loaded with refined sugars, seed oils, and artificial ingredients. Foods like donuts, candy, soda, and fast food may cause a rapid spike in blood sugar and leave you feeling sluggish shortly afterward. The goal is not simply to end the fast, but to nourish your body with foods that work with your metabolism rather than against it. Like any lifestyle change, OMAD requires an adjustment period. During the first few days or weeks, some people may experience temporary hunger, headaches, fatigue, or irritability as the body learns to switch more efficiently between glucose and stored fat for energy. This ability, known as metabolic flexibility, is one of the key benefits many people seek through fasting. Staying hydrated and maintaining adequate electrolytes, including sodium, potassium, and magnesium, can help reduce many common fasting symptoms. However, OMAD is not appropriate for everyone. Pregnant or breastfeeding women, individuals with a history of eating disorders, and people taking medications for diabetes or blood pressure should consult a healthcare professional before attempting prolonged fasting. While OMAD can be a useful tool, it should always be approached safely and responsibly. If you enjoyed this hour-by-hour journey through OMAD, let us know in the comments below. Have you ever tried eating one meal a day? What was your experience? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-based health and longevity content.